Hi, my name's Neil. Welcome back to the channel. Now this video was due to be released last weekend, but unfortunately due to hardware issues etc it didn't get complete. Not only that, I've been out celebrating my 50 years young birthday this weekend, and I went along to visit the Cave Retro Museum, which is an absolutely amazing place, and I suggest you go along and pop along to visit that place. I'll be doing a full video on that soon, so keep an eye out for that coming out in the next couple of weeks. But for today, we're diving into another great project. We're going to be building the new version of the Atari 2600 Uno cart, a fantastic flash cart for loading games back onto the Atari Classic console. The video is sponsored by PCBWay, so whether you need custom PCBs, assembly or even 3D printing, they've got you covered. So a big thanks to them for supporting the channel. Now without further ado, let's crack on. Before we jump into the video, a quick shout out about our sponsor PCBWay. If you're looking to bring your electronics project to life, PCBWay is your one-stop shop for high quality PCB manufacturing and assembly, with fast turnaround times and unbeatable prices as little as $5. They make it easy to get your designs made just the way you want, from custom materials to assembly services and even 3D printing and more. PCBWay has everything you need to turn your ideas into reality. Join myself and thousands of happy customers and start your project today. Be sure to check them out in the link below or at www.pcbway.com. Today we're going to be building another Uno cart, but this time it's version 2.6K. Now there's a few differences. It's bigger and it takes a full size SD card. Also the programmer actually bought these pins that push on, but it looks like they've actually changed the board again and they put the headers on so you can plug the headers on, which is great, which is how I programmed it last time. So we're going to be using the stencil provided from PCBWay. Of course, it's actually turned out massive again. For some reason, when I order these things, they come out like humongous. I'll show you in a picture here actually how big this is. So we're going to be stenciling this up with soda paste, and then we're going to be applying the components, and then we're going to be turning the heat plate on and watch the magic happen. So the first thing I'm going to do, just to help me, is to just tape this into place with some masking tape. Just like so. I'll just help hold it in place. And just put a piece under there as well. We can still see the contacts for lining up the giant stencil. So here comes a giant stencil. Let's try and line that up, shall we? So that looks good to me. What do you guys think? Yeah, looks good. So let's get some soda paste next and apply it to the board. That does look good. Let's see if we can take that off slowly. Look at that. That looks absolutely brilliant and spot on. So under the microscope you can actually see how well that has actually gone onto the pads. It's one of the best ones I've done, to be honest. I mean, that looks pretty much covered on all the pads. So the next thing to do is just populate this board with the components and turn the heat on, and like I said before, wait for the magic to happen. First thing we're going to put on is these two 10UF caps. Now these are marked positive on one side, as you can see, and these must go on like so. Let's try to get these nicely in line. Just like so. So that's the first part done. Next we have 8 0.1 UF capacitors. Next we have an AS1117 voltage regulator. Next we have a couple of 2.2 UFs. Go. I don't understand why that one is thicker than that one when it came out of the same packet. That is very strange. Let me just check that out. So I'm going to remove that one, just for the sake that these ones seem to be thicker and those ones seem to match a bit more. They seem to be different sizes. I don't know why that is. I've never had that before. So the first one is a 10K, which goes on the top here, just like so. And the second resistor is a 47K. And just like so, it sits there. Last but not least, the SM32F40. That to me looks good, and pin 1 is down to pin 1 with that dot. I presume that's right anyway. So now what's left is we're going to turn the heat on and watch the magic happen. Okay, so it's starting to heat up. Now it's just a waiting game. It's about 72 degrees at the moment. First thing I'm going to do is just have a look at all these pins here. Now you can see there is bridges, like I said. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get some flux and we're going to proceed to clean them up. So I'm just going to flux along the sides and then we'll clean them up and check the connections. Now, apologies if that seemed a bit jumpy, but it seems to do this on this microscope when it's on such high zoom. The slightest movement and it will go. Now we look there, these look absolutely brilliant. I think there's maybe one here, may not be soldered. No, it is. So they all seem to be soldered. So I'm quite happy the way this is turning out. It looks quite nice. It's soldered well by the looks of it. There isn't a load of components, they're just finicky, especially this main chip. And what we're going to do next is one last bit of soldering, which is the SD card holder. Now we are going to be hand soldering that on, so let's crack on with that. So the main things we want to get in place are these pads down the bottom. And then the side pads can just go along as they are. So it should be quite easy to solder, this should. Because what we don't want is flux in the SD card reader. So you can see there, those pins are soldered absolutely lovely. So without further ado, let's get this in a bath and give it a clean. We've got the ultrasonic cleaner ready. I'm just going to add some of this, what I call window lean, which maybe is rebotched window lean or screen cleaner from a car. I don't know what it is. It said it's actually PCB and flux remover. Hopefully it is, unless they've ripped me off. So what I'm going to do is we're going to leave that to heat up to 60 degrees and then we're going to pop the board in for 10 minutes. Here's the board, almost complete. We just need to place these 4 headers here, which will allow us to actually program this thing. And then we will get onto the software, program it up, get it in the Atari and see if it works. That was easily done. For programming, I'm going to be using the ST-Link version 2. Now this is a clone bought quite cheaply from AliExpress or of course off the Bay or Amazon. Now they do work fine, I've had no trouble with this before. Make sure you got your software set up correctly and it should go. So without further ado, let's get this connected up. It's basically pin for pin. You've got a 3 volt, you've got a ground, a reset, a SW click and an SWIO, and it just corresponds to the pins on here and on there. So I will put some pictures up next of how it looks connected, just in case you want to do this yourself. So now we're ready to program the chip. Now the program we're going to be using is STM32 ST-Link Utility. Now you can find this online. You need to enter your email, etc. to actually get the download link. Once it's downloaded and set up, it's quite easy to use. So the first thing you want to do is to go to ST-Link firmware update and click device connect. Now if it comes up with that ST-Link is not in DFU mode, all you got to do is unplug it, plug it back in, press OK, press device connect, and you can see there now that the firmware is currently the same firmware. But if yours is a bit down, all you got to do is click yes and it will upgrade the firmware like so. Always make sure you got the latest firmware. It always seems to work a lot better. So that's updated anyway again. So firmware successfully updated. So now all we need to do is to click target, connect, and as you can see that is now connected to the chip. Now it says down here what chip it is, the STM32F405X, which is correct. And here is a load of F, so that means it's empty. So all we need to do now is go to File, Open File, point it to your Uno Cart bin, which is here, and then click the Program Verify here. Verify while programming. I could do Verify after programming. It's very quick. Click Start, and it should all work. There you go. That's it, it's done. It took 3 seconds and 875 milliseconds. So that's it for programming. Really easy and really fast. So this is my Woody. As you can tell, it's seen better days. Well, it was working, but of course when it came to test the Uno Cart, as retro videos go, it decided to say, I ain't going to work anymore. I'm just going to output a black screen. And I spent a few days working on this, or a few nights, and I've come to the conclusion that the Riot chip is knackered. So if anybody's got a Riot chip they wish to sell me at a competitive price, then drop me a comment down below. So at the moment, this ain't going to work. Now it's a shame because I missed my 2600 Woody and it was a good machine. It served me well. We will fix it, of course. It's been through quite a few fixes. It's had a few ICs replaced, etc. But at the moment, it should work. But it's not going to, is it? Because of this Riot chip. So let's crack on with another project. I went scouring online and in came this box. There you go. That's nice and quick. So today this box has been delivered from Royal Mail. Now I pulled the label off because obviously I didn't want everybody seeing my address. So we're just going to get a knife and open this up and see what is inside. Exciting times, eh? So we're going to slice this open live on video. Look at that. And have a look inside. So what we have is, you can probably tell by the size of this what it's going to be, hopefully. We've got loads of newspaper. It is superbly well packaged. Well, let's have a look in here. Here we have some bubble wrap. Can't get it open. With, looks like an RF cable. So we can just toss that away because I don't need it. I've got loads anyway. Okay, so have a dig in here. There you go. So you've probably seen the colours. This is a Atari 2600. Well, it's not like the Woody I had. This is an actual Junior. So actually bought it on eBay and it was listed as spares or repair, untested. No controllers, no power supply, no buttons, nothing. So I thought, let's buy it. So I thought, let's buy this and have a look at it, and hopefully this will test the Uno Cart. So, looking at it, yeah, It's dirty. These things are always dirty. I've not seen one of these before, so this is new to me and quite exciting. Now it's got power light, which the 2600 didn't have. The Woody. You've got your button here, reset, select, your black and white, and on and off. And then we've got left controller, difficulty A, B, right controller, and channel 2 and 3. Now, it feels very light. Now underneath we've got very rusty screws. Now is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? So what we're going to do, we're going to get that open and we're going to have a look inside. If you can see that there, you can see when I move this here, can you see how that's moving? That is a problem straight away. So we're just going to resolder that. I mean, if that's all it was that was wrong with it, that'd be absolutely brilliant, wouldn't it? But we're going to resolder that, obviously, and then we're going to crack on. We're getting rid of this RF shield and then installing a composite mod. There's 3 components that need removing. There's the RF box, the Q4 here, and a resistor down here. I think it's R56 maybe, R56, something like that. Anyway, the picture will be up there anyway. We're just going to crack on with getting them removed. And then we'll install the mod and see if it works. So now we have no RF connector, no modulator, no Q4 transistor, and no R56 resistor. Now this is a mod which I've got. Now it's a very tiny mod. Now obviously they've used a very tiny small transistor and some surface mount resistors, but it's the same as the other mod you used to get with the bigger resistors. It's just that it's been miniaturized. Now it did come with some connectors here which I could plug on, but I'm not going to be using them. I'm going to be using these cables here to wire this board up, and then I'm going to be putting some straight cable in onto here for the video out, so the video, audio and ground. So that should be pretty easy. Now I've got to pick up a 5V, a video signal, an audio and a ground. Now there's a ground all the way around here, you can see here. I think the 5V will come from here, and the video in will come from this resistor here, from this end I think that we removed. And like I said, the audio before will be picked up from this second resistor here. So all being well, I connect that up and we should have an image hopefully, and we can test this Uno cart. So we will have the audio here, which is the blue, the black, which is the ground, the yellow, which is the video, and the red, which is the power. So I just need to cut them down and get them attached to the board. So here we have it, one composite modded Atari. Now let's plug that in and just see if it works. The 2600 is now plugged in. We've got the Uno cart we just prepared. The SD card is in there, we've copied a few games on there. And what we're going to do, we're just going to plug that in. And then we're going to turn it on and see what happens. We're on full screen. Let's select Berserk, because Berserk's one of my favourite games anyway. And it looks like it's working. Hopefully the audio will grab in sync on this one, and the image isn't that bad actually. So we'll just have a play of this and shoot some robots. There was a rumour if you finish this game, you actually die or something like that. It was a bit of a crazy rumour, but this one's going to start shooting until we go to the left. Oh crap, I can't see now because the camera's in the way. I actually disappeared behind my camera. That's my excuse anyway. But you can see the Composite Mod is quite clear. It's a lot better than the RF. Definitely playable. See if this robot will come to me here. No, he won't. It's being a bit... I've just run into the wall. So that does seem to be working well. Let's just switch to another game. As easy as that. Turn it on and off again. Go to SD card content. Down to Galaxian. And here we go. Super concentrated now. I mean, if you've got an Atari 2600, this is the way to play the games. Because it's just so easy. You can put any game you want onto the SD card and then just select it from the menu. It is the way forward, I think. And it performs very well. I mean, there is other ones you can get which are easier to make. But then you're limited to either 8K games or 4K games, I think. Where this one, you can just stick any ROM on. And also any amount of ROMs. You could probably hold the whole collection of the Atari 2600 game library on one SD card, because you know they're very small. Some of the games are like 2K, 3K, so crazy to think that. So, like I said, any SD card you'd fit a whole lot on. I just cleared that level, didn't I? So what we can do is we'll just switch the game to another one. As it all seems to be working well. I'm quite enjoying this. I could have sat there for a while, but let's just try the other two. Which we have next. We have Pitfall, another classic game. I've not really played this one that much, but the whole object of the game is to run and jump and think over these things. And I think sometimes you got to fall down some of the holes, perhaps. Is it you got to get to a gold bar? Oops, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I need to jump on this rope. I need to time it. It's a bit hard to time because those bloody barrels are coming. Oh, there you go. How do I get off? Oh, look at that. That was just skill, that was, guys. Oh, and I sort of sunk into the deep abyss of the water. So I guess you got to jump when down. Oh, not like that, so he eats you. That's it, I'm dead. Now, I'm not particularly good at Pitfall, as you can see. Last but not least is, I think, one of Captain Commodore's favourite games. River Raid. He seems to like this game. How do you start it? Press up. Press select. I really don't know how to start this game. Does anybody know? Pressing the button. I can't seem to start it. Reset. Reset. Well, the whole idea is you can accelerate faster and you can shoot these things. You can shoot the fuel to refill. Or you pick it up. Whoa, 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 whoa. I think these joysticks are indestructible, you know. Yeah, I think if you shoot the fuel, it actually fills your tank back up. It's a good game for the time for 2600 this is. Well, I didn't do too bad on that, did I? But that's about it for now. I'm going to leave it here. We have actually managed to do this anyway. Like I said, this cart is built, it's working, and a big thanks again to PCBWay. I shall join you in the outro. Thanks everybody for watching. Now that's been a hell of a couple of weeks to get this video done. Eventually I got there, so I'm really happy, and thanks again to PCBWay for providing the boards. So if you like this sort of stuff, then please give me a like. Also drop a comment down below, even if it's hello. News wise, I've got a new Commodore machine arrive. It's gone up the attic unfortunately, but it will be coming down, so look forward to that in the future. I do have a load of stuff here to my side to work through, so there's lots of videos coming forward. I'm going to do some Amiga music stuff on the way as well. I've got some boards to build which are up on the shelf up here. While you're here, check the link down below for our Discord channel where you can come and talk to all those retro repairers. You got the likes of Captain Commodore there, 8-bit retro Refix, Josib, Mark fixes stuff, StatMat's in there as well. There's loads of people in there. Just come along and have a chat with us all, and the link again is down below. But don't forget to also check out the other channels which are also in the description below to my YouTube buddies. That's it for now. I shall see you next time on Retro for you. See you soon, guys. Bye.